My beloved child, I call you to listen in this quiet moment, for I see your heart and understand how your soul longs for peace. And I want you to know I am here, watching over you tenderly and faithfully, never removing my gaze even when you feel invisible. So do not fear the darkness that tries to shadow your life, because I am the constant light guiding your steps, and I desire that you trust in the love I pour out for you daily. I am always ready to embrace you, no matter how far you think you have wandered, and I call you my own with an everlasting affection. Therefore, look up and sense my presence that soothes every sorrow, for I will remain your stronghold, ensuring you are never alone or forsaken. Take courage now, for I cherish you more than you can fathom. I am with you in the silence of the morning and the hush of the night. I hear you when you whisper hidden longings, and I protect you when you cannot stand on your own. You are covered by my mercy and enfolded by my grace, and I promise that my watchful eyes will see you through every season. Even if the path ahead seems confusing, I am closer than your next breath, so call upon me and let your heart be still. You are not fighting alone because I am holding your hand through every challenge. Come closer and do not allow doubt to drown the whisper of my love that seeks to uplift you, for you are chosen and treasured, and I delight in your steps when you walk with me by faith. I have plans that extend beyond your current vision, to refine your spirit and draw you near my heart. Take hope, my cherished one, for I am the eternal anchor that never yields to storms, and you will see my hand of favor guiding you to rise in confidence and move forward with joy. Trust I am leading you on a path of blessings that shall satisfy your deepest longings. I cherish you with a love that surpasses all understanding, for I designed you with unique gifts that no one else possesses, and I rejoice each time your heart turns toward me, trusting that my grace is sufficient for every need, even when your mind is troubled by doubts. I am here, inviting you to believe that your worth is not determined by external applause, but by the priceless treasure I placed within you. Do not second-guess the purpose I have assigned to you, for I have crafted a glorious plan that unfolds exactly at the right time. Rejoice in that knowledge and stand confident in my unfailing support. Therefore, remain steadfast, for I am forever by your side. I am your shield, your hiding place, the fortress you can run to when the winds of adversity rage, and I will stand guard over your heart with my unshakable protection. I am the good shepherd who rescues his flock from the darkest valleys and places them beside still waters to restore their souls. No storm is beyond my reach, and no darkness can extinguish the light I shine into your life. Trust that my power overshadows any force that opposes you, and cling to me in every season. When you do so, you will witness my mighty deliverance. Now, go forward in peace. In your weakness, my strength is made perfect, reminding you that you do not have to face the trials of life alone or rely solely on your own efforts. I stand ready to lift every burden you carry, to give you rest and breathe new life into your weary spirit. Surrender is not a sign of defeat, but rather a door to my limitless power working on your behalf. Release your pride and allow my grace to move freely, for when you yield to me, I will do more than you can imagine. Be encouraged, for I am fighting for you. I see the struggles you bear, the unseen tears you shed when you feel isolated, and I want you to know that not one drop goes unnoticed by me. In the midst of the chaos, my voice whispers comfort, assuring you that you are neither forgotten nor overlooked, because my eyes watch over you constantly. Do not let the weight of anxiety crush your spirit, but instead, lift your gaze to me and discover how my strength sustains you through every challenge. I urge you to rest now, trusting my perfect plan, for I will turn your pain into a new song of hope. Walk in courage, for my hand upholds you, Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains around your heart, releasing you from the prison of bitterness. Do not carry resentment toward those who have hurt you, but instead place them in my hands and allow me to mend what has been broken. I have forgiven you of much, and I call you to extend that same mercy to others, for it will free your soul from heaviness. As you open your heart to forgive, you invite my healing presence to dwell more fully, and you discover a deeper level of peace that transcends human understanding. Walk in freedom, for my grace sets you free. I have placed a song of praise in your heart, a melody that resonates with the truth of my goodness, so lift your voice and let thanksgiving rise. Even when circumstances do not align with your hopes, praise breaks the chains that try to hold you back. As you praise me in the storm, you will experience my peace that surpasses comprehension, for worship is a shield against negativity. Do not hold back your gratitude, for it opens your eyes to see the blessings already around you, and it unlocks the joy I long to pour into your life. Sing boldly, for I am worthy. When you are weary, come to me, and I will give you rest that the world cannot replicate, for I speak tenderly to your soul and fill it with a calm that surpasses all logic. Let my words be the lullaby that quiets every storm inside you, and do not hesitate to bring me every care, every sorrow, and every fear. I know the depths of your struggle, yet I never grow tired of comforting you, because my love is inexhaustible. Dwell in that assurance, and you will find true rest. Take heart, for I see and uphold you. Though you may not see it now, I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating miracles that will amaze you in due time, for my plan is never delayed nor hindered by human limitations. I open doors that no one can shut, and I part seas that appear impossible to cross, turning obstacles into opportunities for your growth. Even when the path is unclear, fix your eyes upon me, for I am your guiding light. Do not be discouraged if the journey takes unexpected turns, because I am creating a story of triumph that magnifies my glory and lifts your spirit. Rejoice, for victory is assured in me. I will heal your hurts, for my power is not limited to physical ailments, but extends deep into emotional and spiritual wounds that scar your heart. When you invite me into those hidden places, I bathe them in my grace and redeem the brokenness for my own glory. The steps toward healing may be gradual, but I am with you at every stage, ensuring that no pain is wasted. Rejoice, for I am the great physician who mends what is shattered and breathes new life into every dry bone. Cling to me, for I restore your joy. I see the dreams within you that have yet to be fulfilled, and I assure you that my timeline is perfect, though it often differs from yours. Trust me when the wait feels endless, and find rest in my sovereignty, knowing that a delayed answer is not denial. I weave together the threads of your life with intricate care, and I will not fail to accomplish my purpose in you. Stay hopeful and persevere, for in due season you will reap if you do not give up. Let your faith stand firm, and you will witness my plan unfold brilliantly. Believe, for my timing is flawless. I understand the sleepless nights when your thoughts race with worries about tomorrow, and I want you to remember that I hold each tomorrow in my hand, carefully providing all you truly need. Even the sparrow is cared for, so how much more will I look after you, my beloved? Do not allow your mind to become tangled in fears, but release every care to me and see how my peace transcends your understanding. Embrace my promises, for I am steady and sure, and you can walk forward, unafraid of the unknown. Stand boldly, for I am your constant guide. You may face rejection or cruelty from those who do not understand you, but I will never cast you aside, for I have engraved you upon my heart. I do not love you based on earthly achievements or fleeting moments of piety, but rather by my eternal commitment to see you flourish. Let go of the voices that claim you are unworthy, and listen to me as I declare you are my beloved child. My acceptance remains steadfast, and I long for you to experience the freedom that comes from truly believing you are mine. Stand in this freedom, for you are cherished. Remember how David stood before Goliath with only a sling and stone, yet my hand guided him to victory, and that same might is available to you in your own battles. Do not measure your strength by what the world sees, for I have placed a hidden reservoir of courage within you, fueled by my presence. I equip you with the gifts needed to overcome obstacles, turning your weaknesses into catalysts for my power to shine. Take heart and know that your victory is secure when you stand under my banner. Rejoice, for I cause you to triumph. Speak to me, for I always listen, even to the faintest cry from your heart, and my response is one of kindness and compassion that knows no bounds. You do not need elaborate ceremonies or grand words. Simply let your soul pour out its concerns, its hopes, and its gratitude, and I will meet you right where you are. In those moments of authentic sharing, you will find that I am your friend as well as your king, drawing you close to my heart. Trust that each prayer sown in faith will produce a harvest of peace and clarity. Walk boldly, for my ears are ever open. I invite you to walk in the light of my truth, rejecting the shadows of despair that attempt to discourage your soul. Let my word be a lamp to your feet, showing you the next step, even if you cannot see the entire path. If confusion besets you, pause and listen, for my voice speaks softly in the stillness, guiding you toward hope and clarity. Do not fear the uncertainties of life, because I have promised to guide you with my steady hand. You will not lose your way. Stand firm, for my direction is sure. My beloved child, do not lose heart when people misunderstand or judge you, because I see the depth of your intentions, and I know the pureness that yearns to grow within you. I am the voice that calls you chosen, the hand that lifts you when your strength runs dry, and the comfort that holds you when tears overtake you. Let my assurance drown out every discouraging remark, for I have created you with a destiny that no human rejection can rob from you. Release every burden to me, and trust that I am your faithful defender, standing by you through every shadow. Rest now, for I stand guard over your life. I call you to embrace humility, for pride leads only to empty triumphs, but those who choose the lowly path discover my overflowing grace. Do not be ashamed of admitting your weaknesses, because in your honesty, my strength rises to the surface, shining brightly for all to see. I delight in raising the humble, in shining my light through their surrendered hearts, and in revealing my glory through their simple trust. Hold on to the truth that my kingdom is reserved for those who lay down their crowns to receive my greater inheritance. Be still before me, and let my favor guide you toward true exaltation. I hold your tears like priceless gems, for they represent your deepest struggles and sincerest hopes. Do not think that your cries are lost in empty space, because I gather every sigh and every plea, transforming them into seeds of victory. When sorrow presses in, let your first inclination be to call on me, for my comfort will blanket your soul with unexplainable peace. My compassion never fails, and my power knows no limits, so do not assume that your pain is overlooked. Instead, allow me to lift the heaviness from your spirit, for I am here to console you and remind you that joy always comes in the morning. You are a vessel of purpose, fashioned by my own hands, set apart to fulfill a calling that resonates with heavenly significance. I see the battles you fight in silence, and I observe the brave choices you make when nobody else is looking. Do not underestimate the fruit that will blossom from your steadfast perseverance, for every quiet act of obedience is a fragrant offering rising before me. I am the keeper of your destiny, weaving every thread of your life into a tapestry that displays my limitless grace. Step forward confidently, for I have appointed a time of fruition for every seed of faith you have sown. Let your mind be anchored in my promises, refusing to sway with the winds of doubt that crash against your peace. Meditate on the words I have spoken over you since the beginning, words that declare you are loved beyond measure and sheltered beneath the shadow of my wings. Do not entertain voices that whisper condemnation or hopelessness, for they are lies that seek to steer you away from the fullness I have prepared. Instead, hold firm to the lifeline of my truth, for it will guide you through the fiercest tempest and establish your heart in unwavering serenity. Embrace my truth, and you will find unfailing rest. In times of confusion, I am your ever-present counselor, offering wisdom that flows from the fountain of eternal knowledge. Seek me with a genuine heart, and I will reveal insights and direction that surpass human logic, providing clarity for decisions that once overwhelmed you. Do not attempt to navigate life's crossroads by your own limited perspective, because I stand ready to show you a better way. When you invite my counsel, you open the door to divine guidance that leads to abundant life and renewed purpose. Look to me in every season, and you will never wander without light on your path. I have blessed your life with moments of laughter, tiny sparkles of joy that remind you of my nearness, even when the skies seem gray. In your laughter, I am there, rejoicing over you with a loving smile, celebrating each precious breath you take. Do not let the bitterness of hardships rob you of the delight that springs from a thankful heart, for a single act of gratitude can shift the atmosphere and unveil my goodness in every corner. When you choose to cultivate joy, you water the seeds of hope, inviting my presence to flourish in every circumstance. Laugh with abandon, because I created you for gladness. Surrender every anxious thought, because I never intended for you to carry the burdens that weigh down your spirit. In your moments of worry, speak to me as a child shares concerns with a devoted parent, trusting that my loving arms are always open. I do not criticize your fears, but I gently call you to place them into my capable hands, where they dissolve under the warmth of my providence. Let go of the idea that you must solve every problem alone, and allow me to show you that my provision extends far beyond what your eyes can see. Come and find your soul's release in my unfailing care. I promise you that your today has meaning, and your tomorrow holds hope, for I am the God who transforms ashes into beauty and mourning into dancing. When you feel surrounded by discouragement, remember that I am at work, redeeming every trial for a higher purpose. Do not assume that the valley you walk through is your permanent dwelling place, because I lead you onward to a mountaintop of renewed vision. My power cannot be stifled, and my plan for you continues to unfold in the backdrop of my eternal timeline. Draw near to me, and I will lift you beyond the limits that once confined you. Hold fast to the assurance that my mercies are new every morning, cascading over your life in relentless waves of compassion. Even when you stumble or stray from the path, I remain the God of second chances, inviting you to return and find rest in my open embrace. Do not dwell on past failures, for I have already covered them with my enduring grace, remembering them no more. Instead, rise up each day with confidence, knowing that my love is a daily portion that never runs dry. Walk forward, fully convinced that no mistake is beyond my power to restore and renew. I see your longing to grow deeper in faith, to experience more than fleeting moments of religious emotion. That desire echoes the echo of my own heart, calling you to fellowship with me in spirit and truth. Do not settle for a shallow connection, for I want to show you depths of my presence that awaken your soul to the reality of my steadfast love. As you draw near, I will unveil revelations that stir you to trust me more completely, fueling your devotion with divine purpose. Seek me wholeheartedly, and your faith shall flourish like a tree planted by living waters. Release your tendency to compare your journey with someone else's, because I have crafted your path with unique lessons and blessings tailored to your growth. My favor upon you does not diminish my ability to favor others, for I am limitless in grace and generosity. Look not at what appears to be lacking, but praise me for what I have entrusted to you, and watch as I multiply it beyond your expectations. Let contentment blossom within your heart, freeing you from envy and anchoring you in the truth that I am your all-sufficient provider. Celebrate your uniqueness, for I designed you with utmost care. Wherever you go, my presence envelopes you, shaping every step you take into a divine appointment for transformation. Even in places that feel unfamiliar or intimidating, I walk beside you, turning each moment into an opportunity for growth. Do not shrink back when faced with tasks that appear too large, for my spirit within you is a wellspring of courage, enabling you to conquer giants. Embrace each new challenge as a chance to experience my faithfulness, for I never send you forth without my enabling power. Move forward boldly, because I have already prepared the ground under your feet. I am the Lord of all seasons, the one who brings the dawn after the longest night, and the warmth of spring after the cold of winter. When you pass through the changing tides of life, remember that my character remains constant and unchanging. Do not panic when the scene shifts, for I orchestrate the times and patterns, causing every stage to work together for your good. Even in the waiting, I refine you. In the harvest, I bless you. In the pruning, I shape you. Find comfort in knowing that my hands weave every moment into a masterpiece of redemption. My intention for you extends beyond mere survival. I call you to a life of abundance that springs from my inexhaustible love. Allow me to rewrite your definition of success, removing any notion that it depends solely on accolades or material wealth. Do not be alarmed if I lead you in directions that differ from societal expectations, for my ways often stand in contrast to the world's metrics. True abundance is found in living according to my principles, nurturing a heart that overflows with generosity, compassion, and unwavering hope. Stand firm in this truth, and you will discover a fulfillment that endures eternally. When you encounter those who are broken or in desperate need of hope, remember that I have commissioned you as my ambassador of comfort and truth. Do not shrink back in fear that you lack the perfect words, because my Spirit equips you to shine my love into their hurting hearts. Even a gentle gesture or a quiet prayer can become a channel for my miraculous intervention. I invite you to share the grace you have received, for in blessing others, you also partake more fully in my joy. Be assured that as you extend my compassion, I am with you, guiding your every step. I call you to step away from the noise, from the endless demands that clamor for your attention, and enter the secret place of communion with me. In the stillness, I speak life over you, imparting wisdom and unveiling truths that you cannot find in any earthly resource. Do not ignore the invitation to slow down, because the world's pace will deplete you if you never pause to listen. Let my whisper restore your soul, reviving your perspective and renewing your strength. Let this sacred place become your wellspring of resilience, fueling your spirit to face each new day with divine power. In moments of uncertainty, anchor your hope in my faithfulness, remembering that I have never broken a single promise to my children. My covenants stand firm through every age, a reflection of my unchanging character. Do not allow temporary setbacks to distort your view of my steadfast nature, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Whether the waiting drags on or the outcome remains unseen, hold fast to the truth that I am trustworthy, crafting a future for you that aligns with my perfect wisdom. Lean on me and find your heart at rest in my steadfast promises. I have witnessed every attempt you make to show kindness, every gentle word you speak in a harsh world, and I treasure these acts of grace more than you realize. Do not doubt the impact of your small deeds, for I multiply them in ways you cannot yet perceive, sowing seeds of compassion that blossom into miracles. You stand as a reflection of my heart when you choose empathy over judgment, mercy over accusation, hope over despair. Continue extending your hand to the weary, for in doing so, you walk in step with my divine mission, and I bless the ground you tread. Let your devotion be more than a ritual. Let it become an ever-deepening relationship, defined by intimacy and constant dialogue with me. I am not a distant deity, content to watch from afar, but a near and personal God who delights in every detail of your life. Do not be afraid to share your joys, your disappointments, your dreams, and your fears, for my ear is always inclined toward you. As you draw nearer, my voice will resound more clearly, leading you into places of revelation and growth. Embrace this closeness, for in our fellowship you will find the deepest fulfillment. I speak life over your mind, reminding you that you are more than a sum of your regrets or setbacks. My power transforms your thought patterns, renewing them with truth that liberates you from destructive cycles. Do not underestimate the battle that rages in the unseen realm, for the adversary seeks to cloud your mind with despair. Yet I impart to you a sound mind, anchored in my word and guarded by my eternal truth. Let my encouragement dismantle every lie, filling you with courage to step forward into the brightness of a hope-filled tomorrow. Look to the cross as the ultimate display of my love, a sacrificial act that tore the veil and granted you access to my heart. In that single moment, I paid the price for every wrongdoing, every sorrow, every defeat that aimed to keep you separated from me. Do not diminish the power of what I accomplished there, for it stands as the center of your redemption and the gateway to a life beyond measure. Cling to the cross and let its message remind you daily that nothing can stand between you and my unending grace. Walk boldly, for you are redeemed by my sacrifice. When discouragement grips your spirit, remember that my grace sustains you, lifting you higher than any condemnation or negative voice. I do not delight in shaming you for your missteps. Rather, I gently lead you back onto the path of righteousness. Allow my loving correction to shape you, molding your heart into a vessel prepared for divine assignments. Let repentance become a joyful turning, for each step taken toward me draws you further from the snares that once bound you. My grace abounds, enabling you to live free from the burdens that once held you captive. I invite you to sing a new song, one birthed from the assurance that I am able to do exceedingly beyond all you can ask or imagine. Where the world sees impossibility, I see an opportunity to demonstrate my sovereign might. Do not doubt that I can shift your circumstances in an instant, for I hold the universe in my hands. Keep your gaze fixed on my greatness, and let your worship rise like incense, declaring my power even before you witness the breakthrough. In that anthem of trust, mountains will move, and doors once shut will swing wide open. Even in your mundane tasks, I am present, transforming the ordinary into a sacred encounter. Let your daily work become an act of worship, offered wholeheartedly as a pleasing sacrifice to me. Do not separate your spiritual life from your practical routines, but invite my guidance into every chore, every conversation, every plan. You will discover that no moment is wasted when lived in communion with my spirit, for I breathe purpose into every breath. Let each step become a testament of devotion, for I see your faithfulness in the small details. I take great delight in watching your character evolve, in seeing you exhibit compassion, patience, and forgiveness. These virtues are not merely human achievements, but the fruit of my Spirit at work within you, pruning away selfishness so that love may abound. Do not lose heart when your progress seems slow, for spiritual growth often blossoms gradually, nurtured by the living water of my word. Trust that I am tending the garden of your soul, ensuring that each branch remains connected to me, the true vine. In this connection, you find the fullness of life that the world cannot give. My love is not a passing sentiment, but a fierce commitment that refuses to let you go, even when you wander. I am the good shepherd who searches for the one lost sheep, rejoicing more over that single return than over the many who stayed. Do not believe the lie that you must earn my affection through flawless performance. My grace is a gift, freely given because of who I am, not because of your accomplishments. Rest in this reality and watch as your heart overflows with gratitude, setting you free to love me in response without fear of rejection. Let hope be your banner in a world quick to proclaim despair, for I have not changed my stance toward you. I am for you, never against you. When the night grows darkest, my promise shines brightest, assuring you that morning is inevitable. Do not allow the weight of negativity to snuff out your hope, because hope in me is unshakable, anchored in my eternal nature. Guard your heart from cynicism, and let my Spirit replenish your vision, enabling you to see beyond the temporary struggles into the everlasting joy I have prepared. Cling to hope, for it will guide you safely onward. I am your greatest advocate, speaking life and possibility over your future, beckoning you to align your thoughts with the dreams I have placed in your spirit. Believe me when I say you are destined to achieve what you once deemed impossible, for with me, all things are possible. Do not limit yourself by the confines of past experiences, but dare to trust in the new horizon I am unveiling for you. Let your faith partner with my divine power, ushering forth the reality of miracles. Together we will conquer mountains and pave roads through the wilderness. In every moment of silence, my voice echoes hope, urging you to lean in and hear my gentle whisper. I am not a God who shouts to overpower you, but a loving Father who desires your willing attention. Do not disregard the subtle nudges I place in your spirit, for they contain insights crafted specifically for your journey. As you still the clamor around you, you will discern my guidance more clearly, stepping out in faith where I lead. Embrace the stillness, and you will discover the wealth of wisdom concealed within the quiet spaces of your heart. I remind you that your testimony carries power, reflecting my hand at work through your trials and triumphs. When you share how I have carried you through the valley, you become a beacon of light to those who wander in darkness. Do not hesitate to speak of my faithfulness, believing the enemy's lie that your story is insignificant. Each testimony is a flame igniting hope in weary souls, proving that I am the God who still performs wonders. Open your mouth in gratitude, and let your personal victories point others to the unstoppable force of my love. Let peace dwell in your heart like a calm river, undisturbed by the shifting sands of circumstance. This peace is not found in the absence of trouble, but in the certainty that my presence remains steadfast. Do not allow the turmoil of the world to infiltrate your spirit, for I have given you authority to guard your mind and heart through prayer and thanksgiving. When anxiety attempts to creep in, turn your eyes to me and declare my sovereignty over every worry. In the quiet trust of my sovereignty, you will find peace that surpasses human logic. Even if you walk through fire, it will not consume you, and if you pass through floodwaters, they will not overwhelm you, because I am with you in every trial. My word stands as a shield, assuring you that no adversity can separate you from my unwavering love. Do not misunderstand these hardships as abandonment, for I allow them only to refine you and strengthen the faith you carry. Cling to me, and you will emerge from these trials with a deeper understanding of my power, ready to impart resilience to those who suffer. I have already overcome every storm on your behalf. I am the God who searches hearts and tests motives, seeing beyond appearances to the core of who you truly are. When others judge based on surface-level understanding, I discern your sincerity, your longing for righteousness, and your humility when you fall short. Do not be discouraged by human misinterpretations, for my verdict is the only one that ultimately matters. Surrender your heart to me daily, inviting my Holy Spirit to refine you from the inside out, removing the dross of self-centeredness. Rejoice, for you stand before me, fully known and unconditionally loved. In the midst of trials, let gratitude flow from your lips like a chorus that ascends to the heavens, for thanksgiving shifts your focus from despair to the unwavering hope found in me. Do not wait until the battle is over to lift your praise, because your song of thanks in the darkness carries a powerful testimony of trust. Witness how your spirit lifts when you acknowledge the blessings you already hold, inviting my grace to multiply what you place in my hands. Rejoice always, for as you do, you affirm my goodness despite all else. When you sow into the lives of others, be it time, love, or resources, know that you partner with my heart, which overflows with generosity. Do not fear the depletion of your own supply, because I, the source of all provision, replenish those who give with sincere hearts. As you open your hand in compassion, my favor flows, blessing both the giver and the recipient. Remind yourself that I am more than able to fill your cup to overflowing, ensuring you will never lack as you carry out acts of kindness. Give freely and watch my abundance abound in your life. I see your hunger for truth, your desire to cut through the noise of conflicting opinions and find a steadfast foundation. Look to my word, for it remains unchanging across the ages, a beacon that illuminates the path of righteousness. Do not allow shifting cultural tides to dictate your values, but anchor yourself in the eternal principles I have laid out for you. As you feast on Scripture, your mind is renewed, your discernment grows sharper, and you are equipped to stand firm in a world that drifts. Cherish my truth, and let it be the lens through which you view reality. In the quietness of your soul, I plant seeds of divine vision, stirring your heart with dreams that seem grander than your current reach. Do not scorn these glimpses of future promise, thinking they are too vast or that you are too small. I gave you imagination so you could conceive what I am capable of accomplishing through those who trust me wholeheartedly. Let faith water these seeds, allowing them to mature in the fertile ground of expectancy. In due time, what you once called impossible will become a testimony of my limitless power. Though you walk through a world filled with distractions, temptations, and pitfalls, I provide you the armor of light to protect your heart and mind. Put on truth as your belt, righteousness as your breastplate, and salvation as your helmet, standing firm against the onslaught of deception. Do not underestimate the significance of spiritual warfare, but also do not fear, for greater is my power within you than any force that opposes you. Rely on my word as your sword, wield it in prayer, and watch as the enemy's schemes unravel before your steadfast faith. I invite you to build relationships that echo my love, forging bonds rooted in mutual respect and shared devotion to my name. Do not settle for superficial connections that merely gratify your ego or feed your insecurities, but seek companionship that spurs you onward in faith. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I manifest my presence among them, and heaven's blessings flow abundantly. Be discerning as you choose friends and partners, ensuring that unity with them fosters growth and not compromise. In these godly relationships you will find my peace and my joy made complete. In everything you do, let honesty and integrity guide your steps, reflecting my nature in every transaction, every conversation, every hidden thought. I do not delight in deception, nor will I bless endeavors built on falsehood. When you stand on the foundation of truth, your life becomes a testimony of my light in a world that often embraces shadows. Fear not the repercussions of upright living, for I defend those who walk in righteousness. Stand firmly in my truth, allowing me to vindicate you when misunderstandings arise. Rejoice in the progress you have made, but never grow complacent, for I have far more in store for you. Every achievement is but a stepping stone toward the greater plans I have envisioned, and I invite you to keep climbing. Do not become trapped in the comforts of yesterday's success, because I long to show you new horizons of faith, hope, and love. Let gratitude propel you forward, spurring you to seek deeper revelations of my purpose for your life. Together, we will ascend to heights unseen, where my glory shines in ways you have yet to imagine. When doubts assail you, recall the testimonies of old, how I parted seas, tamed lions, and made giants fall before the faithful. My arm is not shortened, nor is my power diminished in your generation. Do not confine my capabilities within your limited reasoning, but remember that I am the creator of galaxies, the one who speaks and causes existence to burst forth. Trust in my ability to do immeasurably more than you can ask or think, for I delight in surpassing your greatest expectations. Let your soul exult, knowing my miracles continue even now. Come to me with childlike wonder, unburdened by cynicism or hardened skepticism, and watch as I unfold my wonders before your eyes. Do not allow the disappointments of life to rob you of the purity of belief that once defined your younger days. I cherish a heart that dares to dream with me, that trusts without demanding elaborate proof. I invite you to rest in my embrace, leaning on me with unwavering assurance, for in that posture of innocence, you will encounter my presence most tangibly. I am the one who mends the fractures of your identity, restoring every broken piece to form the masterpiece I originally designed. When trauma, betrayal, or shame causes you to feel fragmented, remember that my healing power is able to piece together your past, present, and future in perfect harmony. Do not accept the lie that you are damaged beyond repair, because my strength is made perfect in your weakness, sculpting you into a vessel of refined beauty. Surrender your scars to me, and I will weave them into a tapestry that testifies of my redeeming love. Stand firm when the storms of life rage, and let your faith be a lighthouse for those caught in the same tempest. Though the winds may howl and the waves tower, I hold you in the palm of my hand, ensuring you are never torn away from my grasp. Do not be dismayed if the thunder echoes and the lightning flashes, for my voice stills even the fiercest gale. As you persevere, clinging to me, you exemplify a trust that will guide others to the refuge of my presence. Courage grows in the face of adversity, and I will not fail you. Treasures stored in heaven far surpass earthly riches, so do not exhaust yourself chasing fleeting rewards that hold no value in eternity. Instead, invest in acts of compassion, in prayers for the hurting, in encouragement for the weary. I see every sacrificial moment and each generosity offered in secret, and I will reward you openly in my time. Let your heart's pursuit be righteousness, mercy, and humble devotion, for these are the jewels that never fade. Fix your eyes on the eternal, and watch as earthly concerns pale in comparison. I have clothed you with the garment of praise, so do not allow the heaviness of despair to weigh on your shoulders. Lift your voice in worship, even when your circumstances beg you to remain silent. Through praise, you align your spirit with my truth, reminding yourself of my sovereignty and mercy. Let the rhythm of thanksgiving resound, dispelling the gloom that tries to settle over your heart. In the melody of worship, my presence descends like a soothing balm, renewing your strength and refreshing your hope. Yield yourself to the process of sanctification, a refining work I perform in the hearts of those who abide in me. Just as a goldsmith heats the ore to remove impurities, so I use trials and lessons to shape your character for my glory. Do not resent these purifying moments, but trust that I handle you with precise care, never allowing more than you can bear. Through each test, I reveal my holiness and draw you closer to my heart. Embrace the refining fire, for through it you emerge sparkling with my radiance. Allow me to be your defender when tongues rise against you, speaking words twisted by misunderstanding or malice. Remember that I alone see the full picture, discerning truth from every angle. Do not engage in fruitless battles, attempting to vindicate yourself by human strength. Instead, quietly present your case before me, and I will be your advocate, clearing your name and silencing accusations in my perfect timing. Trust in my just hand, and you will witness the difference between my vindication and the world's fleeting judgments. When life's hustle steals your peace and your schedule suffocates your spirit, escape into my arms of rest. In my presence, you find the still waters that restore your soul, washing away the dust of frantic striving. Do not feel guilty for taking time to pause, because I never intended you to run without ceasing. As you slow down and breathe me in, you will experience a renewal that no earthly endeavor can replicate. Let me guide you into rhythms of grace, where your heart finds refuge in communion with me. I am building your life on a foundation that cannot be shaken, a cornerstone of truth that endures through every quake and storm. Even if the world's systems collapse around you, you stand secure, for your trust is placed in the Rock of Ages. Do not rely on human constructs alone, no matter how strong they appear, because only what is built on my word remains unmovable. Let me reinforce every beam of your faith with my promises, and your house will withstand the fiercest onslaught. Rest in assurance, for you dwell on unassailable ground. Take heart when others mock or scorn your devotion to me, because even my disciples endured persecution for righteousness' sake. Know that in these trials you share in the fellowship of my sufferings, demonstrating the courage to stand for truth amidst a chorus of unbelief. Do not waver in your allegiance, for my light will outshine any shadow cast by ridicule. I commend your faithfulness, and I will honor those who are not ashamed of me before men. Stand tall in the confidence that I, who endured the cross, stand by you in every rejection. Let your words bring healing rather than wounding, for I have called you to be an instrument of my grace wherever you tread. Guard your tongue from speaking rashly or from gossip that tears down. Do not forget the power contained in each spoken phrase. It can edify or demolish. Seek to speak life, to affirm, to comfort, and to guide, mirroring the heart of the one who spoke the universe into existence. As you do, you become a vessel of blessing, building bridges of love in a world so prone to division. In the quiet recesses of your heart, I deposit my revelations, drawing you into a deeper understanding of my nature. Contemplate my creation, the artistry of the heavens, the intricate design of each living being, and you will perceive glimpses of my majesty. Do not rush through life without pausing to reflect on my wonders, for in stillness I reveal mysteries that stir your soul. As you meditate on my greatness, your perspective will widen, and your faith will expand beyond the limits of what once seemed possible. Reconciliation is a treasure I long to bestow, healing rifts between loved ones and bridging divides that seem insurmountable. I encourage you to initiate peace, to extend an olive branch in humility and sincerity, remembering how I reconciled you to myself through grace. Do not cling to pride, waiting for the other to take the first step. As my ambassador, you reflect my heart by fostering unity. Though human hearts resist at times, my spirit can soften the hardest soil, planting seeds of restoration. Place your efforts in my hands and watch as I resurrect relationships once thought dead. You are not defined by the labels the world attaches to you, for I have named you my beloved, crowned you with my favor, and wrapped you in my righteousness. Discard every false identity, every insult that tries to anchor in your mind, and fix your gaze on who I say you are. Do not give power to words meant to harm, but wield the truth of my affirmation as a shield against their fiery darts. Remember that I formed you intentionally with gifts and traits needed for this generation. Stand in that confidence, and no slander can uproot you from my love. I see the conflict that arises within you, the tug between your spiritual desires and the pull of carnal impulses. Understand that as long as you abide in me, my spirit fortifies your resolve, empowering you to overcome temptation. Do not despair when battles resurface, for growth is often cyclical, peeling back layers of weakness so my strength can shine more brilliantly. Each victory is a testimony to my grace, and each stumble invites deeper dependence on my guidance. Continue striving toward holiness, knowing that my Spirit is your constant helper in every struggle. Let your worship be a response to my love, not a performance to gain favor. I already favor you, having demonstrated my love through the cross and my daily mercies. Do not feel pressured to manufacture emotions, but simply come as you are, bringing a genuine heart that yearns for intimacy with me. In this authentic worship, chains fall off, hearts are mended, and I am glorified in spirit and truth. Raise your hands without pretense, and watch as my glory descends to fill the empty spaces with supernatural peace. Embrace the uncertainty of the future with courageous faith, trusting that each step forward is guided by my sovereign hand. Do not be paralyzed by what-ifs or regrets of what could have been. Instead, place your present moments at my feet, knowing I redeem time and orchestrate seasons. As you obey me in the small details, I unfold the larger picture, weaving together a plan far greater than your human mind can conceive. Take one step at a time, always relying on my counsel, and you will witness how I open doors that no one else can shut. Even when you feel you lack the words to pray, my spirit intercedes on your behalf with groanings deeper than language can express. I know your innermost needs, dreams, and hurts, and I invite you to rest in the knowledge that nothing escapes my attention. Do not allow frustration at your limited vocabulary to keep you distant. Simply breathe my name, and my nearness becomes your solace. In silent communion, powerful petitions rise to my throne, connecting you intimately to the heartbeat of heaven. I am the Father who runs to meet the prodigal, the one who leaves the 99 to rescue the single sheep gone astray. There is no distance too vast, no pit too deep that my arm cannot reach. Do not let shame convince you that returning to me is impossible, for I await you with open arms, eager to clothe you in dignity and celebrate your homecoming. Leave behind the wilderness of guilt and condemnation and step into the festivities of my redeeming grace. Each day you wander, I yearn for your return even more. Celebrate the diversity of gifts and callings that surround you, for my body flourishes when every member embraces its God-ordained function. Do not belittle your talents nor envy another's, but recognize that I distribute abilities according to my perfect wisdom. Cherish the variety, learn from one another, and watch as unity weaves your distinct notes into a harmonious symphony that glorifies me. When you honor others' gifts, you position yourself to receive the fullness of blessings I designed for communal growth. Embrace the mosaic of my children, for it reveals the richness of my character. If you stumble into sin, do not wallow in self-condemnation, for I offer you my hand of restoration through repentance. Confess honestly, and watch as forgiveness rushes in like a purifying current, cleansing every stain. I do not keep a tally of your trespasses, waiting to punish you. I am the merciful Father, whose greatest desire is your freedom. Stand up again, clothed in my righteousness, and learn from your failings so you may stand stronger tomorrow. Keep your eyes on me, the author and perfecter of your faith, whose grace is sufficient for your every shortcoming. I am the vine, you are the branch. Remain in me, and you will bear fruit that endures, fruit shaped by my Spirit's gentle work within you. Do not sever yourself from this life-giving connection by dwelling in unbelief or self-reliance. Trust that as you abide, I supply the nourishment needed for growth, shaping your character to mirror my holiness. The fruit you produce, love, joy, peace, patience, and more, testifies to my life flowing within you. Let your life radiate this fruit so that all may taste and see that I am good. Your existence is not random. It is carefully orchestrated by my hand, and my plans for you were established before the foundation of the world. Do not fear that you will miss your calling, for I skillfully redirect your paths to align with my sovereign will, even through detours and seeming delays. Rest in my ability to work all things together for good, weaving even your missteps into the grand tapestry of my purpose. Surrender your timeline, and I will guide you in the fulfillment of your destiny, ensuring you find your place in my eternal story. The love I impart to you is meant to overflow, reaching the lonely, the broken, and the marginalized. Do not contain it within your comfort zones, but allow it to break barriers and cross divides, showing compassion where it is least expected. As you pour out in love, my presence goes with you, turning ordinary encounters into profound moments of transformation. Each act of care becomes a living sermon of grace, pointing others to my heart. Give freely, for in giving, you reflect my unending kindness and find your own heart expanded. I stand at the door of your heart, knocking daily, longing for deeper fellowship with you. Will you open wider, allowing me access to every corner, every locked room, and every hidden chapter of your life? Do not be afraid of my light revealing the places you'd rather conceal, for I bring healing, not condemnation. Let me fully enter, bringing order where chaos reigns and purpose where confusion lingers. Only in surrendering every chamber of your soul do you experience the fullness of my presence, which sets you ablaze with divine passion. Remember that your story continues, and no chapter ends without my final say. Even if you think you have reached the conclusion, I can write a new beginning that defies every limitation. Do not let despair dictate your narrative, for I hold the pen, and each stroke of my grace can change the course of your future. Believe in my creative power, which resurrects dreams once buried, renewing them with greater clarity and might. Walk with anticipation, for the best is never behind you when I am the author of your tale.